So warm welcome to all of you. Today we are going to learn about a new concept in production and operations management. It is scheduling. Scheduling plays a crucial role in production and operations management because scheduling tells about fixation of starting time and ending time to finish a particular task, followed by the amount of work to be done, followed by the sequence of operations that we need to perform in the production department. Now, all such kind of concepts will come under the concept of scheduling. So scheduling speaks about, so when we want to complete a particular task or we want to finish a particular job, we need to fix up what is the starting time and a finishing time to finish that particular task, followed by the amount of work need to be completed in between starting time and ending time, followed by the sequence of operations. So what are the various sequence of operations will come into the picture when we are going to get a specific amount of output. When you want to get a specific amount of output, what are the sequence of operations that we need to be performed in within the production department, and all such kind of concepts will fall under the concept of scheduling. Unless otherwise there is no concept of scheduling in production department, the operations in the production department that we cannot perform in a sequential order. So when we want to perform the things in a sequential order in production department, when we want to get the output in the expected time duration, when we want to get the output in an expected time duration, we need to study the concept of scheduling. So the scheduling will tell us about the fixation of starting time and ending time to finish a particular task, and followed by the amount of work need to be completed in that specific duration, and the sequence of operations that we need to be performed in that particular duration will fall under the concept of scheduling, right? So there are two basic definitions for the concept of scheduling. Scheduling involves establishing the amount of work to be done and the time when each element of work will start or order of work. And the second definition, James L. Lundy said, work scheduling consists of assignment of starting and completion time for the various operations to be performed. In both definitions, there is a commonality. Scheduling will speaks about, establishment of starting time and finishing time to perform a specific task, and over in this time duration, the amount of work need to be completed, and a list of or the sequence of operations that we need to perform, and what are the list of sequence of operations need to be performed, and all such kind of concepts will fall under the concept of scheduling. The concept of scheduling. So scheduling plays a very crucial role for the delivery of goods and services in time to the retailers or the distributors or the wholesalers, right? So as and when we are unable to deliver the goods and services in time to a particular retailer, and surely you will go, you may go for the switch over. You may switch over to the competitor producer. So automatically what will happen is we will lose our business. We will lose our business. So if we don't want to lose our business, what we need to do is we need to have a proper scheduling. The scheduling will tell us about how much time it will be taken to finish a particular task, and how much time it will be taken to finish a particular quantity of output, or how much time it will be taken to finish a particular quantity of output, so that we can have a clear idea about how much time it will be taken to finish a quantity of 1,000 units of goods. So for finishing a quantity of 1,000 units of goods, if it takes 8 hours, and we can calculate very easily for producing 5,000 units of goods, how much time it will be taken. How much time it will be taken. So that's the reason why the scheduling will help a lot to determine the amount of time will be taken to finish a particular task. Along with that, when we are trying to study the concept of scheduling, we should have a proper idea about capacity planning. Capacity planning. The capacity planning will tell us about what is the capacity of our plant, what is the plant capacity, whether can we able to meet our schedule stipulation with the help of existing plant capacity, or do we need to enhance the plant capacity, or our existing plant capacity is sufficient to produce a certain extent of goods. So all these things are essential before going for the concept of scheduling, right? So what are the parameters of scheduling? The parameters of scheduling includes forward scheduling, backward scheduling, scheduling today, capacity requirements only. The forward scheduling will tell us about, as usual, fixation of starting time and ending time to finish a particular task, and followed by the amount of work that we need to be done, and followed by the sequence of operations need to be performed. The same concept, whatever we discussed earlier, that will fall under the concept of forward scheduling. So in forward scheduling, we are fixing the starting time, and we are trying to estimate what could be the finishing time to produce an amount of 1,000 units of goods. That is what we call the concept of forward scheduling. Then what is the backward scheduling? In the sense, in backward scheduling, first of all, we are trying to fix the finishing time. First of all, we are trying to fix a finish date. We are trying to fix a finish date. Suppose the finish date Friday evening 5 p.m. So we are trying to fix a finish date to finish that particular amount of task. So based on that, we are going to estimate what could be the starting time. What could be the starting time? So in backward scheduling, first we are trying to fix what would be the finishing date, and based on that we are trying to estimate what would be the starting date. So in backward scheduling, we are trying to fix a finishing date. In first of all, based on that finishing date, we are trying to estimate what could be the starting date. So this is what the concept related to the backward scheduling. So scheduling today will speaks about as usual. So by scheduling today itself, how many days it will be taken to finish a particular task in near future, the concept will fall under scheduling. And the capacity requirements only. Say in every production and related operations, the capacity requirements and the plant capacity estimation plays a very crucial role. First of all, we need to estimate what is the capacity of our plant to produce and so number of goods. Do we have such a capacity to our machinery and men to produce certain amount of goods? So unless otherwise, when we do not understand the plant capacity, and even we cannot go for the concept of scheduling also. When we want to go for the concept of scheduling, we need to estimate the production plant and its capacity. So our production plant and its capacity per hour, we can able to produce 1,000 units of goods. So that we can able to estimate in 10 hours, we can able to produce 10,000 units of goods. So that in 1 week, we can able to produce 1 lakh units of goods. So this is all about the estimation of plant capacity. The estimation of plant capacity. The plant capacity will speaks about how many machineries we are having, followed by how the number of laborers or the number of men we are having in 1 hour, or even in half an hour, how many goods that we can able to produce. Based on this particular calculation, we can able to understand what is our plant capacity. What is our plant capacity? By having a very clear idea about existing plant capacity, we can go for the next concept of scheduling. So as scheduling speaks about a fixation of starting time and ending time to finish a particular task and the amount of work that we can able to do, that we can able to produce in a specified time duration, and the list of or the sequence of operations that we need to be performed in such stipulated time period, and all such kind of concepts will fall under the concept of scheduling. So what are the major parameters of scheduling in the sense of forward scheduling, backward scheduling, scheduling today, and the capacity requirements only. So what are the major objectives of scheduling in the sense? The first and foremost objective, like customer satisfaction, optimization of cost, increase in efficiency, reduce variance in the transformation process, employee focus in scheduling. The first, customer satisfaction. What this scheduling will speaks about, as we discussed earlier, it will tell us when we need to start and when we can able to stop, and how much amount of quantity that we can able to produce over in a starting time to ending time. So how this is linked to the customer satisfaction? So suppose some retailer, he ordered, a retailer, some ex-retailer, he ordered for to deliver 1,000 units of goods. Now we need to plan. So what is our plant capacity per hour? How many goods that we can able to produce, and how we can able to plan related to scheduling. So can we able to supply 1,000 units of goods by tomorrow evening 5 p.m.? Will it possible to supply 1,000 units of goods by tomorrow evening 5 p.m. by having this much of plant capacity and by planning this type of scheduling? So can we able to deliver the goods by tomorrow evening 5 p.m.? So as and when we can able to deliver the goods in time, so that retailer can sell those goods to the existing customers, so customers will be satisfied. As and when we are unable to deliver the goods in a stipulated time period, and retailer will be dissatisfied, followed by the customer also dissatisfied, the retailer will switch over to some other competitors who can able to supply the same goods and services to the particular retailer. And the optimization of cost. Even this scheduling will speaks about, we should not produce the stipulated quantity of goods even before, even after a certain time duration also. So we need to produce the stipulated quantity of goods in the exact stipulated time duration. Suppose if we produce early, even we should not produce early, even we should not produce later, even we should not produce in advance, even we should not produce after certain time duration. We need to produce the goods in time. When you produce goods early, what will happen? You are trying to stock those goods in the warehouse. It doesn't mean that cash is being converted in the form of stock. Cash is being converted in the form of stock. Unnecessarily, we are stocking material in warehouses or else in godowns, right? If the product it is having a spoiling nature, automatically it will spoil. So that's the reason why we should not produce goods even early or even lately also. So we need to produce goods in a exact time duration. Increase in efficiency. What this scheduling will do in the sense, it will accelerate the efficiency or the performance in production department. All the activities related to the production operations that we can able to perform in an effective manner by having a very clear idea about the concept of scheduling. And reduced variances in the transformation process. As we know, when it is a production, from the point of getting up of raw material to from the finishing into goods and services, the material will flow in various departments and various sections. In all sections, in all processes, there should not be any variations. There should not be any obstacles. There should not be any bottlenecks. Right? The production has to go in a smooth manner. The production has to be done in a systematic manner. The production has to, move in a very clear manner. So when we want to overcome the variances in the production process, we should be very clear about the concept of scheduling. The scheduling will give you a clear route map how to produce the product without any obstacles, without any bottlenecks, without any hurdles in the production process from the point of getting of raw material to at the end of the finished goods. And employee focuses in scheduling. Even we need to focus with respect to the employees. Even when it is a production unit, we may come across a number of jobs: job 1, job 2, job 3, and job 4. When job 1 if successfully completed, we should able to move the men or the laborers whoever engaged in job 1 at machinery 1. We need to move them to the job 2 or machinery 2. And we need to appoint a right laborers or a right men at one particular point of time and at one particular machinery, one who can able to operate that machinery more effectively. A right skilled people we need to deploy at a right machinery. So all these are the various concepts will fall under the concepts of objectives of scheduling. The next one, the essentials of scheduling include understanding of the working procedure scheduling system, simple and convenient working systems. Scheduling the process should include identification of problem. Schedule should be reliable to achieve the work output. Schedule should facilitate the available capacity to produce products of desirable quality. Schedule should work as an effective control between production and production control techniques. So all these are the various concepts which will fall under the concept of scheduling. So in next session, we will discuss in depth. Thank you.